as possible and protect.
Hello, Ray Phoenix here. Welcome to Let's Play Star Wars Battlefront Part 8. This time around, it's been years now since the last battle, and now we're stuck on the ice world of Hoth, where the Empire has found us, and it's our job to escape and also strike a blow against the Empire, because that's what we do, right? We're the rebels. We're rebels with a pretty good cause, I would say so myself. And so, let's go and take out these Empire, and they have an advantage over us. They have an advantage over us in this level, because they have 250 troops, and we only have 200 troops. They have a lot more troops than us. But the good thing is, well, Mickey Mouse is their recruiter. The Empire gets Mickey Mouse to recruit their troops for them. So their troops are not really top tier, as you could probably guess from that. So, and since I actually have a brain, unlike these troops, yeah, just like every other battle we fought in this war up to this point, this entire, multiple wars up into this saga, we're gonna win this one, as you can probably guess, in the bag, all because I have a better brain than these people. Look at that, I just killed a few of them. They should be camouflaged to the back, because everything's all white in this level. The backgrounds, the environments, and everything, it's all white. So, yeah, and their armor's white, then again, so is my armor, so we're actually, we're pretty much at par with each other. We're heading out in the snow, going to take over the command post. I see we have one of our Wookiee troops are by the command post, trying to steal the command post. The Wookiees are pretty strong, but they could still get, yeah, he got killed, as you can see there. I'm trying to take over the command post, which no one else seems to be doing that, because our AI troops don't seem to like to take over command posts. So it's up to us, only me. I'm the only one. The Empire's relying on me. The entire galaxy is relying on me to restore freedom. And, yeah, that's how freedom goes. Just someone taking a gun. Freedom can be restored by taking a gun and shooting at bigger enemies, bigger targeted enemies. And I believe they can also spawn from those big things too, those AT-ATs as well too. They could also, the enemy troops could spawn from them. So they have several more spawn points from command posts. I could take over every command post, and they still wouldn't be without command posts, because they have those big things. You only can really destroy those if you take a snow speeder and tie them up. You can see some of our rebels are trying to use the snow speeder. You can see Luke Skywalker out in the background there, taking out these snow troopers. I'm going to help him pick off some of the snow troopers. So we're going to try to rely on the snow speeders to take out the AT-ATs. And even then, the snow speeders are, they're flown by monkeys, essentially. Which is why we shouldn't have monkeys flying or things. But no, they have monkeys that fly for us. So, how good monkeys are at doing things. You ever play the Ape Escape trilogy before? I was actually going to do Let's Plays of the Ape Escape trilogy eventually soon. I was going to do all 3 Ape Escape games. I can't really seem to... It's hard to get the controls to emulate properly, because for some reason the D-pad is linked to the left analog stick, so it makes it hard to play Ape Escape unless you edit the controls and modify the controls in some way. But I know I could still do a Let's Play of that. I'll Let's Play that trilogy. It's a very awesome trilogy. I've been speculating a lot of stuff about that trilogy as well, too. When is the Ape Escape trilogy actually set? I think Ape Escape 3 is set in 2006. It says Spectre TV's been around since 2006, the beginning of the game. So I figured that, okay, so that must mean the game is set in 2006, based on what's shown in the game. And Ape Escape 2 is most likely set in 2002 at earliest, or maybe in 2003 when the game came out. Because in that, one wells in that game, there's a tombstone that says Banana. It says RIP Banana 1999 to 2002. So it's probably set in as early as 2002. I don't know when the original is set. So evidence suggests it may be set sometime in the near future, because when we got to present day, the world for that was called Futurama. But they changed it in the PSP re-release to present day, which is more accurate to it, and so it doesn't infringe on copyrights of a certain show on Fox. So, yeah, I guess that's why they do it. So I guess Ape Escape is set in the 2000s, maybe. At least I like to think it's set in the 2000s. People associate it mostly with 90s, because it came out in 1999. Well, the first one did, and that's the most popular one. The 2 sequels came out in the 2000s. And so, it looks like we have the upper hand again, because here we have more than them, because, as I said, the Empire is, it's a bunch of Mickey Mouses right now. The Mickey Mouse wannabe clones right now are ruling the Empire, so it's up to us to go and pick them off. Speaking of clones, I have a lot of ideas to make some new games coming up next bit soon. I think I'm making a Pac-Man clone, Space Invaders. I think I already spoke of this earlier, but I'm still interested in making games that are clones. I might even do more elaborate stuff, too. If I learn even more stuff, I could probably make a Tetris clone, maybe, because actually, it's a Tetris clone game that comes with my Raspberry Pi, and it's coded with Python, and even says Tetris game. It's even called Tetris game made with Python. Because Python can be used to make Tetris clones. I think I'm making my own version of Tetris. But how would I do that? How would I make a unique Tetris clone? Because Tetris is, like a very, there are games that are similar to Tetris and more unique. Kind of like Lumens Plus, or like the Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, or the Kirby Avalanche, which is a ripoff of Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. And then there's, what else there is? Bust a Move. I would like to make a Bust a Move type game, but Bust a Move might be a bit more out of my league right now, because from what I know, so yeah, I don't expect to make a Bust a Move clone anytime soon. Oh, one of our transports is away, and we have the upper hand again. Our margin is even increasing. Our margin of win is increasing by even more. This battle's actually a lot harder in the next game, because you play as the Empire in the next game in this battle, and the Rebels are so much better than you. It's easy to lose in Battlefront 2 at this. And the Empire is supposed to have an advantage here, and this is supposedly the Rebel capital in the next game, in the sequel, Star Wars Battlefront 2. We'll learn about that in Conquest Mode. There actually is another mode in this game called Conquest Mode, where it's kind of like a board game set in space, where you go to each planet, and you get to fight off the people, you can fight off the enemy forces there, and you can win bonuses and stuff like that. And it's kind of like Risk, where the one person that wins that conquers everything in the game wins, and you can subjugate planets, so you get like a free pass at some of them too. It's pretty interesting, but it does seem awfully primitive. But the next game fixes that and actually makes it more like the game Risk, but set in space, and it's Star Wars and Star Wars Galaxy. I was going to do a Let's Play of that too when I Let's Play Star Wars Battlefront 2. And there's 4 of them, each for each team. Like there's the Republic one, there's a CIS one, and there's the Rebels and the Empire one. So yeah, I'll be doing those eventually. Look at that, that guy just snuck up behind me, and I can just shoot him down. Yeah, I'll shoot him down. I think my emulator froze again. My emulator does that sometimes. See, you guys, this is my emulator. I know it does that sometimes. I think the game's crashing, but nah, it's not. It's okay. PCSX2 is a really good PS2 emulator. I strongly recommend it. They make it for Windows, which is what I'm using. I'm playing it on Windows. Apparently they also make it for Ubuntu as well, too, which I've never used it on Ubuntu yet. I haven't even used Ubuntu yet in general. I actually was going to do. I was going to install Ubuntu Linux on my virtual machines. I was forced to get a virtual machine for my networking, or Oracle VirtualBox for my networking class. So yeah, I mostly work with CentOS Linux, which is a command line-based version of Linux used for networking and running servers. But I was going to use it to install other stuff too. Like I was thinking about getting I might have to get a Windows 98 virtual machine on there if I want to play Lego Loco on there. I still really want to make videos of Lego Loco. For years I wanted to make videos of one of the most played games I played as a kid. I only played Lego Loco as a kid because it's one of the only games I had as a kid. Lego Island was a bitch to run, even on actual hardware that's supposed to run, and Lego Island still would crash a lot or wouldn't work properly a lot. So that's why I played Lego Loco Locs. Lego Loco is a lot easier to run than Lego Island, which is really no surprise. And I still wish they made more Lego games like that. I think they did eventually make more Lego games like that. Just the Lego Star Wars formula is kind of overused. And so I will definitely make a video of Lego Loco eventually when and I was going to build my own town. I may make a video of me building a town in that game and showing how to build the most ideal city. It's kind of like a kid's version of SimCity. The SimCity actually had more of a challenge. You actually have money in the game, you have to worry about things, there's crime rates and stuff like that. But in Lego Loco, you don't have to worry about any of that. There is no crime in that game. They're Lego people. It's freaking gibberish. So how could they commit crimes? In fact, how could freaking Lego people do crimes? So that I would think it would be cool to make a Lego Star Wars game like that, where you could build your own city and it could be attacked by the Empire or the Rebels or stuff like that. I actually kind of like those simulation games, those city building games. It's kind of what Roller Coaster Tycoon is kind of like too. Building Roller Coaster Tycoon, you actually build a theme park. There actually is a Lego game that's similar to that too, called Legoland. I might make a video of that eventually too. I might have to take out my old Windows XP machine and play those games on there if I can't get it to run on my modern computer, even through a virtual machine. I don't know, I never actually really got virtual machines to run graphics-heavy games. I actually did get Lego Island to run on Windows Server 2003 once, but it also got to run Windows 2000 as well too, but it did the same thing on both of those. The game only plays for 5 minutes and it crashes. But I'm actually surprised it works at all, considering how poorly that thing works when you play on actual. I have a lot of bad memories of trying to run a Lego Island on Windows 98. on an actual genuine Windows 98 processor, the best kind of Intel Core Pentium processor that there was at the time. I don't remember exactly which one it was, but it was a pretty good processor. I mean, it was a pretty good processor, but for Lego Island, it's just that hard of a game to run. It's really hard to get Lego Island to run properly. And so, as you've probably figured out by now, we just about won. There's only like 10 of them left, and we have well over 100 more troops. They're horribly outnumbered. It would take a miracle for them to win at this point. I killed 77 of them. I wonder if that's a record for how much I killed at a single time. I wonder if my troops are even trying. I wonder if it's like in the Lego Star Wars games where you have like a second player, but you don't actually have a human second player. This is a computer second player, and he pretty much fires blanks at your enemies, or he shoots at your enemies, so it's pretty much just blanks. You have to do everything in that game. There is no real. Your second player is pretty much, useless kind of thing. Unless you're doing a puzzle or something, which actually is, you have to solve a lot of puzzles in that game to get through stuff, or to get through the level, get through the game, pretty much. That's what you do. There's a lot of thinking involved. That's really those games really get their challenge from, those Lego Star Wars games. Really get your challenge from thinking and how to do things, or figuring out where everything is, trying to locate everything and find it. I actually did eventually get those games 100% complete. I was considering doing a 100% run of those games, but I don't think that would be interesting enough, so I only did an LP of the story mode, and I lost my data from when I did my Lego Star Wars video game LP a year and a half ago, because I had it on my old Alienware PC, which is no more now, sadly. Even before it was no more. I had to get its hard drive wiped again because of its hard drive crashing and failing, that stupid thing, and its stupid non-solid state hard drive, a very small solid state hard drive that can only hold the software. That thing was a disaster, a train wreck. I still don't recommend Alienwares at all. When I was getting a new computer, I actually had an Omen sitting in front of me. It's Omen. It's like HP's version of Alienware, their version of a gaming computer. I was considering buying one of those, but then I thought, well, I've already been fooled once before by gaming computers, so I'm not going to be fooled again. I don't recommend getting a gaming computer. Just buy a regular computer. They can play all your favorite games, they can run emulators and play all your favorite old classic games, as well as do other computing stuff. Pretty good. I'm using my HP right now to edit this video and to make this video and stuff. So that tells you it must be a good computer so I can make so many videos. And again, my Alienware made so many videos as well too. But, that's just how it is. I'm just waiting for the battle to be over. I'm just running out into the snow because we know we kind of won, which is kind of inaccurate to the movies. In the movie, they actually lost this battle, and that's why they lost Hoth, and that's why the Empire had a major strike back at them. Because it's called The Empire Strikes Back, right? The first Star Wars game ever actually was set in this place. It was the Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back for the Atari 2600, where it's like Defender, where you fly a snow speeder and have to destroy the AT-ATs. That's exactly what the first Star Wars game ever was like, and that's kind of what we're doing right now in this game. History repeats itself. And so the battle is over and we won. No surprise. This is Ray Phoenix signing out.